So I was supposed to come up with an intro, but I couldn't think of anything. VeggieTales!
Hey guys, it's me, Butch.
Hello, I'm Joe from the Schmook Network, and I'm gonna watch a VeggieTale.
Hey guys, Kenny here. I'm super excited to react to VeggieTales Dave and the Giant Pickle.
Here we are, I'm in a room by myself. I'm about to watch a VeggieTales video in an abandoned house. What great place to do it, am I right?
Hey Carla, did you put cucumbers in here?
Yeah, why?
I'm allergic to cucumbers! Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining us for Humans React to VeggieTales. Today we're going to be watching Dave and the Giant Pickle. It's one of my favorites. It was the fifth one they ever came out with, originally released back in 1996. So, without further ado...
Have we got a show for you?
Good grief, Bob. Are you a tomato or a strawberry? Well, with God, all things are possible.
So for years, I always thought that Bob looked kind of like a strawberry in this scene. And then I actually listened to the commentary of this episode, and Phil Vischer himself said that Bob looked like a strawberry. So he agrees with all of us.
I bought this through Amazon. They have an updated intro to this. It's not VeggieTales in the House level. I mean, it's kind of a bad comparison because it's like, that's like saying it's not as bad as Nails on a Chalkboard. Well, pretty much anything isn't, but, you know, ultimately I can't complain. But I'm going to anyway.
Cauliflower, sweet and sour, half an hour.
Did it just show Goliath dying in the theme song? How am I supposed to have tension this entire episode if I just know that Goliath's gonna die at the end? Stupid Phil Vischer.
Danger lurks in the big city. Disaster waits in every dark alley. Peril behind every park bench. The world needs a hero! But not just an ordinary hero, no! A special hero! A superhero! I am that hero! They call me LarryBoy!
I honestly can't think of another superhero whose color scheme is purple, green, red, and yellow.
He was always one of my personal favorite superheroes growing up. Still waiting on the Marvel adaptation. Get on it, guys.
Hi kids. I'm Bob the Tomato, and I think that's Larry the Cucumber.
I'm LarryBoy! Who are you?
Larry the Cucumber works on a variety TV show where it is his job to dress up and act silly in various costumes all day. And he expects his best friend and coworker to not recognize him, dressed up in a costume, acting silly, and pretending to be a character whose name is the same as his own name. They're just both named Larry. Good disguise. Good disguise. A+.
Well, it's just that I'm afraid it's about to let... go. Ouch.
Wow, I didn't know being a superhero could be so painful.
Name a superhero movie where someone doesn't get hurt. Like, seriously.
Come to think of it, I suppose Bible Man's the only superhero that Bob knows of, but even Bible Man got hurt, I thought.
You thought that was painful. Thor had to sacrifice himself like a star to create his axe so that he could beat Thanos. Unfortunately, he didn't go for the head.
Maybe you should just go back to being plain old Larry.
I wish every time Bob called LarryBoy just Larry, I wish he would be like in a Lego Batman voice. Who's Larry?
Well, what I was going to say is that we... Ow! That's smart!
I know they found a random sound effect for this, but just imagine if they hired someone for those 2 seconds because the voice actor just couldn't sneeze.
As I was saying, we just got a letter from Myra Eggleston of Youngstown, Pennsylvania.
I always wondered what the chances were of getting your question answered on VeggieTales. Like, you have to have a question so good that they animate 30 minutes of content around your question.
Now, Dave lived in a land called Israel a long, long time ago. So long ago that there weren't any cars or telephones or vacuum cleaners or anything.
Saying there were no cars or telephones or vacuum cleaners, that kind of feels like a really 90s thing to bring up for a history lesson. Nowadays it'd be, there was no telephones or iPhones or Fortnite or dank memes. Oh. Take me back!
There were mostly just sheep, especially around Dave's house, because Dave was a shepherd.
I think the story might be kind of meh.
No, that's not him. That's one of his brothers. Nope, another brother. Nope, another brother. Dave had a lot of brothers.
Hi, I'm Dave. I have a lot of brothers.
We have verbally established this fact. Please move on.
Dave had a lot of brothers, but VeggieTales doesn't have to explain a multitude of siblings to all the homeschoolers watching, if they don't want to.
Aha, there he is.
They tip over. Oh, look, there goes one now.
Dave kind of seems depressed, like he needs to go see a therapist. I know, Dr. Archibald can help.
And sometimes his big brothers would pick on him.
Oh, Dave, one of my sheep fell over. Would you come pick it up for me?
I'm kind of busy right now.
Do you remember the time we dipped you in tar and stuck you to the backside of an angry water buffalo?
My sister did that to me one time, too.
What is it with VeggieTales and water buffaloes? I want a water buffalo. Why can't I have a water buffalo?
You know, Dave's brothers are giving him a good workout. So thoughtful.
Tractor tipping's fun.
Okay, every other historical inaccuracy so far, I can deal with, but tipping sheep...
When their dad Jesse came running out with some horrible news.
Why is Dave's dad a grape? And he's asparagus? How does this work? How does this work? Well, with God, all things are possible.
Nice throw!
The Philistines they're attacking! The lima beans are, lacking?
The nectarines are quacking?
I feel like Pa Grape enunciated what he just said way too well for this joke to work. Like, they all act like they didn't understand what he said. Even as a kid, I understood what he said just fine. Use your ears.
One more time, please, and let's work on our enunciation.
Say it louder for half the music industry!
That's so condescending, especially to his dad. I don't blame Pa Grape for shipping his kids off to war.
One thing I love about the old VeggieTales is that they didn't seem to talk down to you as an audience member, like using big words that are harder to understand, like that word that means speaking clearly.
The Philistines are attacking!
Jerry Gord in the middle looks kind of sarcastic with his screaming.
Bob, what are the Philippines?
The Philippines are a group of islands off the coast of Southeast Asia, but that's not important now.
Now Bob Larry's therapist? What is it with this episode of therapy? Junior needs it badly, but Bob's giving it to Larry.
We must help save Israel! We must help save Israel!
Say it with me. We must help save Israel. We must help save Israel. Okay. I guess we're not going to save Israel then.
It's very nice that you want to help, but saving a country is a big thing. You're a little guy. Big people do big things, and little people do little things.
Well, I guess that's one way to push the narrative directly.
You know what's scary? Paul Gray kind of looks like my dad.
By the time Dave's brothers arrived at King Saul's camp, battle lines had been drawn between the Philistines and the Israelites.
No. Here's how you do battle lines. See, nice and mean.
And, as was the custom in their day, the armies lined up and yelled at each other.
Hello, Israelites. You are pigs.
You are
Maggot! You are nothing!
You are. Hate your guts!
And soon we'll put apples in your mouths and stick you in our toaster ovens.
I love the French peas. Honestly, I'm rooting for them at this point.
Aha! And scratch that spot on our backs we cannot reach no matter how hard we try.
Oh, come on, we know that the veggies have invisible arms anyway. Like, how could there be a spot on their backs that they can't scratch? I mean, I can scratch literally every spot on my back. Like the itch I have right now.
I don't want this to be the only point I bring up, but they made fun of Pa Grape an awful lot for stuttering a little bit in one of his lines. Meanwhile, these peas may as well be speaking French, and they don't mention it at all. They all understand them perfectly. And you might say, Joe, there's subtitles, so like you shouldn't have a problem understanding this. But you gotta understand, this came out in 1996. You think I was old enough to know how to read in 1996? Cause you're right, I'm a genius. I was a baby genius.
Don't you have anything to say?
Do you guys have any fried chicken? I've got a real hankering for fried chicken.
Chicken! McFly! Nobody calls me chicken.
This is going to be easier than we thought.
Famous last words of every French army ever.
You know, I think I can save us all a lot of time. How about if we bring out our strongest man?
When I was little, the cup of water, I never got the Jurassic Park reference. That's awesome.
We'll be back with more Dave and the Giant Pickle after this break.
And now it's time for Silly Songs with Larry, the part of a show where Larry comes out and sings a silly song.
One day, while talking with Dr. Archibald, Larry confronts one of his deepest fears.
Oh, I'm not allowed to watch this. Doctor Patient confidentiality.
If my lip moved toodaloo, left a meth and took my tooth, that'd be too bad. I'd call my dad.
If you lost your mouth, how would you call your dad?
This song is literally how every single one of my therapy sessions goes.
Larry, what do you see here?
That looks like a lip.
What about this?
It's a lip.
And this?
It's a lip, it's a lip, it's a lip, lip, lip.
It's a lip.
It's a lip.
It's a lip.
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 It's a lip. It's a lip. It's a lip. 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 It's a lip. It's a lip. It's a lip. 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 It's a lip. It's a lip. It's a lip. 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 Lip.
I only know like 3 words.
Smoking is gonna save
I know
lives.
40. On the day I got my tooth, I had to kiss my great Aunt Ruth. She had a beard, and it felt weird.
Wait.
Have I ever told you how I feel about my nose?
Oh, look at the time.
So Larry's insane. That's what I got from this.
It's a lip, it's a lip, it's lip, 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 it's a lip, it's lip, lip. It's lit. It's lit.
We'll be back with more Dave and the Giant Pickle after this break.
You are my fire.
Who will I fight?
I think the biggest lesson in this show so far is that all pickles are evil. And that, boys and girls, is why Chick-fil-A added pickles to their sandwiches.
And the next day. And the next day for 40 days.
And 40 nights.
Who?
Him, that big pickle over there.
I'm catching up on so many things this time watching it as I'm older. I feel really bad that I didn't get the giant pickle pun until watching it when I was grown up. Like, how did I miss that?
Well, who's gonna fight him?
What are you, nuts? He'd have us for lunch.
So he's low-key calling the giant pickle a cannibal.
Pizza.
Pizza time.
You know, I don't think they had pizza in ancient Israel, But I'm not complaining because this has cheese in the crust and it's tremendous.
You know they make pizza with tomato sauce.
I love this pizza box. It's not the only episode that they show it in. This is the first one though, but it's a reference to the original one, the original VeggieTales episode they made with Daniel in the lion's den, where Daniel comes out of the lion's den the next day and he's like, "Thanks for the pizza." And so they then made this pizza box. This is the Lions Company pizza box or whatever, and it shows up in multiple episodes beyond this one. And it's such a fun joke, and they have other running gags throughout all of VeggieTales, and I just love that. It reminds me of like the Pizza Planet truck from Pixar.
And whenever they went into battle, God was there with them.
I'm still confused by the sizing of stuff in these shows. Like, how is the pizza their size for a vegetable? But then Larry is eating popcorn that is like human size on the counter.
Oh, no one to fight. They told me that you are the children of God. You are cowards. I come back tomorrow.
I guess I'll go back to playing Mortal Kombat.
I love that line. I get the feeling, I feel like Goliath is portrayed in this, like, he's not really a bad guy. He's just, like, he likes fighting, and he's surrounded by these tiny little pea guys. And, he hears stories about the Israelites, the children of God. Like, one of these people took out an entire one of our garrisons by himself. And he goes to fight one of these crazy strong God children people, and they all run away from him. I feel for him, Like he's not even mad at the Israelites. He's just disappointed. I come back tomorrow. Pizza.
What are you gonna do, Dave? Remember, you're a little guy. Leave this big stuff to us big people.
All right, this is a kid's show. That's why the narrative is so in your face.
So he went straight to King Saul and announced his plan.
I will fight Goliath!
One more time, please, and let's work on our enunciation.
King Saul took the news rather well.
Sure, because spitting out your water in utter shock and horror is taking the news rather well.
I've seen it around a little bit, but they really need to make Alfred spitting that water out like an official Christian meme or something, like when Netflix releases VeggieTales in the house, when a worship song is deep and has a great melody, when someone's a celebrity and a Christian.
You are a tiny little fellow, and, well, Goliath, he's enormous. No, that's a job for a big person, not a little boy like you.
I didn't realize how heightist and ageist everyone was in this movie.
You're not going to sing, are you?
Is there like an orchestra behind King Saul's tent?
Couldn't you just play your harp and I'll throw things at you?
I've watched this section about 10 times, and I still don't know what he's referring to.
I see what you did there, Phil. I see what you did there.
I like this line because it's a reference to the actual biblical version of the story. This video, other than this line, this video acts like before this, David was just some shepherd kid. By this point, David had already been anointed king. He also played music in King Saul's court, and Saul would angrily throw things at him because Saul didn't like that David was anointed to be the next king. Read your Bibles, kids.
But Goliath, he's
big, but God's bigger.
God is bigger than the Pickle Man. That's a inside reference for this show. You probably haven't heard of it.
Alright, I understand. Now let's suppose that this is true. You still look rather wimpy, but I know what we can do. Just step behind the curtain. It will only take a minute. There's a closet in the corner, and you'll like what I've got in it. You'll find my royal armor there. No, Daddy, put it on. Yes, now you'll look much bigger when the battle lines are drawn.
I thought we already drew the battle lines.
One more thing you'll need, I think. Pick up my royal sword. It's a big one and a beauty. The best we could afford. Once you've got it all together, I think you will agree. You're bound to do much better if you try to look like me.
I'm gonna be straight up honest. King Saul rapping was my introduction to rap. My life has never been the same ever since. Thank you, VeggieTales. Thank you, Mike and Phil and Kurt and all the people that put on this production that was. You changed my life. And it all started with Archibald.
Man, that rap solo by Alfred. We stan a rap master. Seriously, King Saul over here giving Toby Mac a run for his money.
Oh, that's genius. They made Dave into a bullet. Perfect.
Introducing the all-new Bullet Body. Looks so sharp it'll zoom through these... Shoot.
With this help, I know I can do big things.
Dave's in King Saul's chair.
David went on to be the king of all Israel.
Foreshadowing, aren't we?
With his help, little guys can do big things too. Have fun storming the castle.
Well, Dave wasn't exactly sure what he was getting into.
Okay, can we get one thing straight out of this entire episode? If you're gonna angle your camera, for Pete's sake, do not do it like this. No one likes it when you angle upward. It's just awkward. Good grief, VeggieTales. Why would you do that? Why?
Who will fight me?
Why are there peas on both sides? This doesn't make any sense.
I will fight you, Goliath.
You know, if I didn't know better...
I'd say that Jimmy all of a sudden moved from the right to the middle with no movement whatsoever. Great animation error.
Dave?
Goliath was equally surprised.
Who said that?
You know, I'm realizing just how expressive their eyes really are. Sure, they look weird sometimes, but like the majority of emotion that they convey is done through eyes, and they do a really good job with it.
Whoa, am I a dog that you come at me with sticks? We will see who defeats who. Now we fight.
Is the giant pickle voiced by Drago from Rocky IV?
It's showdown!
Did VeggieTales predict Wii Sports?
Fight!
And in one corner we have Goliath weighing over 5 billion pounds of pickle. And in the other corner we have David weighing far less.
You spin me right round, Jesus, right round.
Head on. Apply directly to the forehead.
Fall over, fall over, fall over, fall over, over.
Oh, hey, how was VeggieTales?
Oh, it was really good as always, but they left out the best part.
Those guys are like, yeah, we're the real war heroes here. We bullied Dave. We pushed him over the edge. Look how it turned out.
If the sun is moving that fast, then that must be a really slow sheep.
I laughed, I cried. It moved me, Bob.
I wish they would have put that on the cover of the VHS tape.
It's time to talk about what we learned today.
Bob, why are you whispering?
Because whenever I say that song plays.
What song, Bob?
You know.
Oh, you mean the song that played?
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down.
When I was a kid, I laughed at Bob's expense here. As an adult, I agree with him. My face when that song plays, am I right?
Yep, that's the one.
Kinda catchy, isn't it?
Never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye.
Every PureFlix movie should end with, and so what we have learned applies to our lives today.
QWERTY, do you have a verse for us? No.
As if the old computer didn't date it enough, they had to add in that classic boomerang pattern. That's a 90s bowling alley tabletop right there.
With God, all things are possible. Matthew 19:26.
Oh, great, because I've always wanted to be a chicken. Do you think God would turn me into a chicken?
No. That's not what the verse means.
So right here is where I was nervous that we may not be able to do a reaction video to this because VeggieTales itself is a very self-aware show. It's hard to like be funny because it's already funny.
The fact that Larry always wanted to be a chicken explains quite a bit now.
'Cause I've always wanted to be a chicken.
You can pretend to be whoever you want.
Oh, great.
But getting that idea from "With God all things are possible," that's called eisegesis, Larry. And it's reading into the text. What you want to do is exegesis and pull out. Okay, I'm done.
It's not?
No, it doesn't mean that we can just do whatever we want to do. It means that anything that God wants us to do, we can do.
Oh.
But to answer your question, Larry, yes, you can indeed become a chicken. But if you were animated as a chicken, you'd be so cute and lovable that Chick-fil-A would protest.
Well, we're out of time for today. Remember, God made you special and he loves you very much. Bye!
I'm just gonna hang out here for a while.
Oh, okay.
The world needs a hero. I am that hero. They call me LarryBoy.
VeggieTales out here doing teases for their next superhero movie before it was cool.
Could you, could you give me a hand? Bob, I don't have any hands.
Oh, you're right.
Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me.
That sounds like my car trying to start in the morning.
Bob! Oh dear.
Alright, well, this was a fun episode, but that's all the time I have for today, so I gotta get back to my other job. This world is full of darkness, despair, and destruction. People are missing. They're lost. They need help. Wherever there is trouble, I'll be there. Whenever a helpless vegetable calls out, I shall answer. This world needs a hero. I am that hero.
There. Bam, done. Also, I didn't get more of LarryBoy. I wanted more LarryBoy. That's all I wanted.